What's going on, guys? Sid's World here, back with another video, and I was kind of debating on what I was going to do today. I was going to do, FG42 gameplay, but then these lobbies I'm getting into are just annoying. I mean, I don't handpick my lobbies just to see which ones are good, but I would at least like to get a decent gameplay, and most of the people are just camping in buildings and playing like bitches. So, I didn't really know what I wanted to do for this video, but then I realized that I haven't done a video on Black Ops 4. And now, obviously, this isn't Black Ops 4 gameplay, but I'm very excited for Black Ops 4. And I just wanted to, tell everybody what my, thoughts are on the game. And from the beta, I played both weekends of the beta, and I'm also going to be playing the Battle Royale mode this weekend. I think it's this weekend. I think it's either the 10th or the 2nd. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it is going to be a very fun beta, I believe. Now, the regular beta was amazing. The level cap wasn't too high, so it was pretty easy to get, and they also put double XP on towards the end. And if you didn't know, if you maxed out level 40 in the beta, you got a perma unlock token, and I did that on my account and my friend's account because he didn't have the time, he had a job and everything, and I didn't mind helping. There are very few problems that I noticed with the game. I mean, first I'm going to start off with what I loved about it and what I hated about it. So, some of the things that I really loved about it were the new operating mods, I think they're called. I don't believe every gun has one, but there are but a lot of guns do, and they are the coolest thing that Call of Duty has done in a long time. Um, One of my favorite operator mods was for the Cordite. Now, the Cordite is a pretty mediocre SMG, I will say. Lots of people said it was kind of broken, but honestly, I didn't really think it was broken. It takes a long... It's like kind of like the Type 100 in this game. It's good, but it just takes too long to kill. But if you maxed that out, and I did because I loved it, that gun was so good. If you maxed it out, you would get this operator mod. I don't remember what it was called, but it would make it so you have 900 in the clip, and it's just insane. It was so much fun to use. Um, some other things that I really loved were the score streaks. They weren't too broken. I mean, there were some that kind of stood out to me, like the RCXD. It was just kind of annoying to drive around, but for the most part, there were some pretty good streaks. They weren't too broken. Um, a lot of the guns were very fun to use, very easy to use. The GKS is probably one of my favorite. It was so much fun to use. Like most of the guns in the game, it's kind of like Black Ops 2, honestly. The gameplay wise, at least, it was more of Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3 type shit. And but the guns were more of a Black Ops 2 vibe, because in Black Ops 2, if you want to talk about consistency and if you want to talk about amazing, balanced guns, you talk about Black Ops 2, because there was no clear winner in Black Ops 2. There was no clear, oh, this gun's better than that gun, because every game you go into, there'd be somebody using the M1216, or somebody using the ballista, somebody running around with a pistol, somebody just running around with a knife, and then there were some people who like to try hard with the MSMC, and just a bunch of other guns, but every gun could outgun each other. So it was basically a battle of how good you were with your shots and how fast you were with your timing. And that's what I get. That's a big thing that I'm getting from Black Ops 4. And I'm very hopeful for this year. At first, when I heard that they were taking out the campaign, I was kind of pissed off. I was like, okay, well, why are you doing that? That's what the game's based around. But it's not that big of a deal. The Black Ops 3 campaign was kind of shit anyways, so I think that they should take a year off just to try to hone their skills, because Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 were amazing campaigns. I've played every campaign in every Call of Duty just because it's like the first thing I want to get done, just because I love it. And I'm very hopeful for this year. Infinite Warfare, I was not hopeful for, and same thing with World War II. I was not hopeful when this game came out, and everyone can see why now, because this game is honestly kind of bad, and it's not horrible. There's some worse Call of Duties like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, but it's just you know, it's kind of shit. But there wasn't a lot of stuff that I hated. Now, I think there was around like two to three things that I hated, and I'm gonna try to tell you. I don't remember everything that I did hate. There's one really big problem, and I hope to God that they fixed it, and that is load times. Load times. The game took forever to load, because once you got into a game, if it was fully started, the lobby just started, just ended a game, or you were just at the after you finished a game. You have to wait 20 seconds for everyone to get back in. Then you also have to wait another 60 seconds for the game to start, and then the load screen would still take forever. So it's like about 2 minutes per games, and I'm sure that they did fix it because a lot of people were talking about how bad that was. Another thing that I had a problem with, there was one gun that was very clearly a lot better than the rest of the guns, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know exactly what it is. The IBR, or I think it was ABR. I don't remember exactly. But the operator mod, even without the operator mod, you could run this thing with no attachments. You could drop 50 kills game. It's like the Brecci in Black Ops 3. You can drop 50 kill games easy with that gun. A lot of the big, really good players, and I say that in quotation marks because they're not really good because they're just using the IBR, which was the best gun in the game, 100%. If you want to argue about me with that, I will argue it and win it because it is the most broken gun. I was barely trying when I was my friend got off at level 30, and it was the last night of beta. I just decided I didn't really want to take too long on this, so I'm just going to use the IBR, and I got it done within about 10-15 games, and got to go to bed early. So they really need to do something about that gun. I'm pretty sure that they did. Treyarch has always been known for fixing guns really fast, except for the Brecci. So hopefully this isn't another Brecci situation where it's just a full year of people running around with the IBR because they don't want to fix it. Another thing that I have a problem with was the specialists. This is the last problem I had. Most of the problems I have are very easy fixes, which is good. Not a lot of the specialists were broken, per se, but there were some that I don't understand what was going through their brains. One of the biggest one that I had a problem with, I don't remember exactly what all the names are. I'd have to go pull it up on my phone, but it doesn't matter because all the people will know exactly which ones they are. The one that I had the most problem with was Purifier. Purifier, at the start, it was horrible, horrible, horrible. The fire break itself, like the flamethrower, was pretty good. It's not too overpowered like it was in Black Ops 3, so that's good. But the thing that was bad was the meltdown. The meltdown was horrible. But then they realized it was horrible, and then the last 2 days of the beta, they decided to fix it. And then they buffed it too fucking much. Because you could be able to you'd kill 3 people, would be doing too much damage and too far of a range. Like, I could be right here, and you could be over there by that little wall right there. And I could be killing you 100% with the fire break. And that was just dumb broken. But I'm sure that they fixed it. There was another one that I did have a problem with, which there really isn't a way to fix it because it's not a problem with it. It's just a problem that I had with it. And that was the one that has the shield and as well the barbed wire. Now the barbed wire isn't too bad. Is the only problem I have with it is the health. It has too much health. They need to at least cut it by half because it takes like 2 clips, even with like a 90 clip gun with the like the Cordite without the operator mod. And then also the shield. The shield was dumb broken. I think the shield be fine as long as they take off the built-in Guardian, because it's just a built-in camping mechanism, which is stupid. I don't understand what's going through their heads when they decided to do that, but they need to fix it. And the last problem that I had was Ruin. Now Ruin wasn't too bad. It just has a little bit too much range. Yeah, I think it should be cut down about 10%. That'd be perfect. There wasn't really too much other specialists that I had a really big problem with. I didn't really use too much of the specialists. When the game first came out, I used pretty much every one of them. But then I stuck to like 2 key ones. I was using Ruin a lot. just because of the grappling hook, and then I was also using Recon just because it had the built-in UAV. That's a really good one too. I'm trying to think if there was any other ones that I had a really big problem with, and honestly, there wasn't. A lot of them were pretty good, and also not annoying. The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that there's no, uh, I forgot what the guy is called, but Ruin, I think, not Ruin. The guy with the stabbing thing. I don't remember what his name is anymore. On Black Ops 3. That was my favorite one with active camo and stuff. That is so much fun to use, and it's okay. There's a ton of different specialists to use, tons of new things to do, and I'm very hopeful for this year. I'm hoping that they do it good with the prestiges, good with the way the ranks look, good with what we get, and hopefully supply drops aren't shoved down our throats. I personally do like supply drops, which I know that's going to be a fairly unpopular decision or choice to like, but hear me out. I don't like supply drops in Advanced Warfare because they were too hard to get stuff from, and there should be no variants that are clearly better, like the Obsidian Steed and the Insanity and the Speakeasy. I could go on and on about it, but I do like supply drops as long as they do them right. COD 4 did them perfectly. You got really good salvage for duplicates. It was very easy to get new weapons, even if you just played it. The only problem I have with all these key systems, with the ones you earn through games, is that it should be based on how well you do, not how long you're in the game, because that's stupid. I shouldn't drop 30 kills and two deaths and get three credits, while the guy on my team that went 1 in 20 gets the same amount. That's stupid. You should get them for how well you do. And also, you should get a lot of salvage for the things that you get duplicated, not like 12 for commons and 30 for rares, like in Infinite Warfare and this game. Other than that, supply drops, I really like them. They're just, cool camos you get. Black Ops 3 did it kind of well. If they didn't just throw so much shit in there, it would have been amazing. If they wouldn't have kept putting out new weapons that you couldn't get from challenges. If they're going to put new weapons, just put challenges in order to get them, like Infinite Warfare did. Every game I've had problems with their supply drop systems, but also every game has had very good things about their supply drops. Now this game has a very good supply drop system because you can earn credits daily very easily, and also the supply drops are fairly rewarding. Black Ops 3, it was very easy to get duplicates. Duplicates gave you a lot of keys, and that's pretty much it that I have to say about that. Infinite Warfare was really good. It was very easy to get the new weapons. COD 4 was just all around amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts, and hopefully that this year they don't screw up royally, because if Call of Duty screws up again for the third year in a row, I think that's going to be it for Call of Duty. If this game isn't good, if they don't, support it very well and do everything that they're supposed to very well, then it's going to be a horrible year. But I'm very hopeful for this year, and I'll be streaming the new Blackout beta, which I don't really know when it happens, but it's happening fairly soon. I think it's either from the 2nd to the 10th. I'm not 100% sure when it starts, but I will be streaming it. I will be posting videos on it as well, and hopefully it's a good thing. I mean, people have been saying it's going to kill Fortnite, which it's not going to kill Fortnite. Fortnite's a free game. Fortnite's a very popular game, and Fortnite also has a lot of really good things going for it. I mean, I don't really like it that much anymore, but you can see the appeal. It's a free game. It's very accessible to everybody, even if you don't have a system. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys, because that's all my thoughts about the game, and I'm hoping that it's going to be good. Thank you guys for watching the video.